Hey there guys, hope you're having a super day. I'm David, this is my channel Sid's Hot Take, and this is the Neo 1 and the Neo 2, and we're gonna look at the Neo 2 up close and personal here. But first of all, just check out the difference. You'll notice that the Neo 2 is quite a bit bulkier. Zoom in here, that's it for the Neo 1. Zoom in a little bit with the Neo 2 here. So as you're going to see here, it looks like the Neo 2 was just on some creatine or something, because it just has a bulkier, sturdier feel to it, which is a bonus. Now first of all, let's just talk about the color. I do really like the color of the Neo 2 more than the Neo 1. Wasn't a fan of this light gray color. So this is definitely a step in the right direction with the color. I mean, a matte black would be sick, but yeah, this is nice. I do like this. All right, sticking with the top of the drone, let's swing over to the buttons. Compared to the Neo 1, you turn on the same way, press on the long hold, but the sequences or the timing is slightly different than the Neo 1. I do like the Neo 2 better, so you just press and hold, and you're good to go. Yeah, so I do like that. That is a step in the right direction. Much easier to turn the drone on, turn it off. I mean, it wasn't hard with the Neo 1, but it's just a little bit more refined with the Neo 2. And also, let's talk about the dual axis gimbal. As you can see here, this is something that people really wanted in the Neo 2 that the Neo 1 did not have, so that is a bonus. Now, let's talk about the props. The props are quieter. You're gonna notice a difference, at least I do, indoors especially. So in my opinion, it's a noticeable difference. And speaking of the props, let's talk about the prop guards. So a couple times I've flown these, haven't crashed it hard, and these have popped out like this. So you just want to make sure that these are always in. They simply just snap in like that, okay? But with the Neo 1, I didn't have that issue. So, oh yeah, speaking of the prop guards, you'll notice that with the Neo 2, you have more cage action going around to protect from the props, whereas with the Neo 1, you didn't have as much. And why does this matter? Because one time when I was up on a mountain over here in South Korea, it's hiking, it was really windy, and I was trying to get the Neo 2 to palm land, and I have a gimp finger from nerve damage where the finger curls up, and it got up underneath and caught my pinky and actually broke skin. Yeah, I'll try and throw that video up on the screen there.
Don't fall down. Ooh.
Oh, the Neo can cut skin, ladies and gentlemen.
So ever since then, I've been extra cautious of doing palm landings, but with the Neo 2, yeah, it's not really an issue. So if you're still watching this video, think about giving me a thumb and a sub to my channel if you haven't already. All right, back to the top. Let's talk about the battery. You know, with the Neo 1, we have the battery in the bottom, and this is problematic because when you crash, at least with me, at least once the battery is popped off, then you got to find the battery. And then if you're recording, you won't record the crash. So yeah, so now with the Neo 2, they have the battery in the top, and the locking mechanism for the battery is really, really much sturdier. I mean, like, you got to really pinch these guys together to pop off the battery. So that is something that you definitely want to see. So the mechanics of the battery latch are much, much better. And let's go to the back here. Now, these guys right here, as you can see, they are designed to be able to, you know, take some bending. But I just feel like I wish they had some kind of a different design. I don't know what they could have done. They could have made it telescopic, but it's an issue for me because now I'm like, oh, now I got to get a new case, because I mean, it will fit in there, but you don't want the case pushing down on these for any length of time. And with the Neo 1, I will always slide it into my pocket. And with this, I can still slide it in my pocket on my jacket or something. But with these, I am just a little bit more cautious of them for obvious reasons. And then with a whole transmitter, I mean, like, yeah, DJI, what is this? I already took the transmitter off once just to see if it would fit in my case, and it did. But I mean, like, I'm not gonna take this off every time I wanna put it in my case. Yeah, so that's annoying. I just feel like, I wish they had come up with some kind of a better design with the with these two guys here, the antennas, and with the transmitter, because you don't want to take this off too many times, or I mean, like, you're just going to damage and maybe strip the screws, and then you're going to be up the creek with no paddles there. So I'm just going to leave my transmitter on and be cautious with the antennas. And something else with turning the drone over to its underside is a USB port here. As soon as I saw this design, I was reminded of the Apple Magic Mouse, how you got to charge it on this bottom. I was like, yeah, so you don't want it charging or transferring data down like this, because you know, it could over time cause damage to your cables. And then you don't want it down like this because it's on your antennas. So if I ever do charge the drone or transfer data from the drone with a cable, I just kind of have it resting up against some surface like this. But yeah, that just kind of feels like that they could have had a better design with the placement of the port here. And that's pretty much it for the top. Let's go to the bottom. These buttons were a nice addition. I mean, like with the Neo 1, you kind of had to press down on top, and it wasn't very natural to launch the drone. Now with these buttons, you're kind of holding the drone like you are like with a, I don't know, like a paper airplane, or you're kind of pinching it. It feels much more natural, and you know, you just press it once, and it's good to go. And maybe one more thing I forgot to mention are these front prop guards on the very front of the drone, you know, for coming in contact with the surface. That was a nice idea. And I'll have some other drone videos pop up on the screen that may float your boat. Have a good one, guys.